And hey, bang time. I'm okay, I'm okay.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7.
No, I'm good, man. I just woke up, I think. That's why. I woke up an hour ago and had my breakfast. I'm still thinking if I should do this kind of slowly so that the people can witness and even test this and practice mode live alongside with the stream, or if I should just go through it and then maybe make it like I don't even think it will go to like this long. I think 1 hour to 1.5 hours it will take, and then they can just watch it back. Because I don't even have so much time today as well, because this right here is everything you're gonna get today. And yeah, tomorrow I think a subscriber session, because I got to bounce in, what is it, 2 hours? 2 hours, yeah, I got to bounce in 2 hours again, so I can even customize it. I'm just practicing against him though. Look at him, look at him, man. Clown outfit and shit. Isn't that his Tekken 6 outfit? I'm pretty sure. Oh my boy, going all sexy on the mat. He just got too much weight thing. He just got too much weight. That's why right now I'm trying to getting to know his weight. I want to know what he's working with. I gotta wait 4 more minutes and then I will start, I think. Just making sure everyone getting their notification, even if they're getting a late one. Your Tekken's still not working. Buy a new PS4, man. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Deinstall the whole hard drive and then reinstall the whole hard drive, reinstall Tekken. I don't know, man. Or get a separate hard drive and save all the stuff that you have on your current one on that one, and then you delete everything that is on the PS4 drive, and then in case that didn't work, you can still restore it from the other hard drive. I don't know, and get a second hard drive. Instead of thinking what you could maybe give me as a gift, you know, you could, you know, buy a hard drive. Crazy ass bitch. You need a serious you need a serious cockback thing, man. You're crazy, man. Nah, it's good. It's maybe better if you didn't got that one. Maybe better. Crazy, huh? You need a serious ass whoop, man. You crazy bitch. And Tamer, getting to know his weight. Yeah, I had to think of a title that fits to the situation. I think that's actually a good one. But welcome. It's going okay. I basically just waited for everyone to get even late notifications. I'm just starting. I'm sitting here just waiting, and yeah, I got 2 hours before I have to bounce anyway, so the live stream is all everyone's gonna get today. And tomorrow I'm gonna do a subscriber session. And I labbed Bob already. I built up a structure and checked it yesterday as well, and now I'm just gonna go through that. And because, like, Bob took me longer to lab than Zafina. Like, I have 2.5 sites on Bob, 2.5 pages on Bob, and I just have 1 on Zafina. So yeah, I didn't know shit about the character. When I was going through the labbing, there were 4 or 5 things that looked familiar to me. The rest, I had no idea. And I think that's why, because you don't see Bob this often as well, I'm gonna do that as a stream, so that everyone can, if they want to, check it with their own character immediately, or watch after, or getting to know his weaknesses as well. Yeah. Where am I heading? I'm heading to the birthday celebration of my niece at my brother's house, Milk, because she had birthday yesterday, and I was there after work. And they're going to do a big celebration, yeah, today at 3 p.m. and I'm gonna go there. 2.5 pages, yeah, Bang. And hey, Addy. So we're really gonna go through these 2.5 pages. I have, like I said, I have all the moves which require labbing on the paper, and right next to them, but I hide that the section with a proper and optimal punish. In my case, I'm hiding this with another paper on top, so that I really have to remember this. And I'm gonna explain to every certain move the things I also know and learned, and yeah, we're gonna get through that. Probably gonna take like 1 hour, 1.5, so. I'm a sexy man. You're a crazy ass bitch. You fully purchased Tekken. How can you? I finally put. Okay, I was reading this wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, good shit, man. Buy it on PS4 now. Okay. I mean, I know it, and I already got that in my brain, but I think I'm just gonna recall that for everyone right now as well. His rage drive, the first hit connects late, and that's because it has enormous range to it. I was tripping over that because if he's up close, he's just really spinning into your face, and then the hit comes out. But you can interrupt if you're quick. And hey, Divine Tricks. Get me a PS4. Okay, you buy Tekken on PS4. Now I'm gonna buy a PS4 to you. Wait, that's kind of fucked up. We're gonna do it the other way. But yeah, his rage drive. That's if I remember the recording. Yeah. 2 hits, of course, jailing, etc. I don't have to talk about that. But the first hit, this one. Did you see how much range this shit has? That's the reason why it connects very late. Which means if you're up close and he goes for the rage drive, he won't touch you until the hitbox gets active. You see? How late this connects? He's spinning into your face. I tried to jab interrupt. There. I would not recommend this online because this is what happened then. But you can jab interrupt up close. But use jabs, nothing like magic force or something, because this would just make your chances even more slim. Up close, that could be an option. Because he's simply not touching you. And because the first hit has so much range. That almost touched me. That almost touched me. So if you're up close, you can consider the jab interrupting, but I think it's just an offline thing. Online, I definitely not recommend that. I want to go to the down level, man. Okay. How old does your small niece turn? She turned 3. She also had like that was so cute. She had like her mother bought her a balloon with a big ass 3, and it was rainbow colored, and she was wearing this shit everywhere she was running. Once she needed both hands, she asked me if I could hold the balloon and watch for it. But the balloon had to come along everywhere. Tired a bit hangover, man, crazy, man. Probably a Xiaoyu party where everyone is just hyping up Xiaoyu, and suddenly they all throw out drinks, and then because they're so drunk, they all do AOP manually, and then, yeah, I can imagine that, man. Okay, that was his rage shot. That wasn't even not even on the list though. Now we start the actual move list. We're gonna start with his 1-2 strings. Move list. Move number 3. 1-1-2. I already know it's unsafe. I already know how unsafe it is because, like I said, I did this yesterday. But we're gonna go through it anyways. 3 highs. Don't even bother to duck because it jails. You can't duck. You can't duck. It's -12 on block, so you want to block and punish accordingly. -12, down for 1, 13 frames will not punish. You can do that as well, it's -12. Maybe one thing I fucked this up slightly because I go through the moves and then by the end of it I do quick notes, and I think maybe I should have read them before I started everything to make it a bit more sense, but we still at the start, it was just the first string. So let me, where are my quick notes at? Okay, hold on. The quick notes I wrote down for Bob, which I think because they're quite, motherfucker, they are quite essential to the character. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These 9 quick notes will be coming into play into the labbing, into his whole move list as well. The first one is he has command throws, which are only 1+2. Every single command throw, he has regular throws, but he only has command throws with 1+2 breaks, even from crouch. So he can basically do a command throw out of crouch, and this is always also 1+2 break. So command throws only 1+2 breaks. In my particular case, because a lot of his things are -12 or 10 and sometimes 13, rarely 14, and then large punishable. That's why I wrote down keep 10 frame punish ready, because to me, if I do a 2-4 10 frame punish or a 12 frame punish with 1+2, I just get 1 additional point of damage. So, and for this 12 frame punish I have to be on point with, like, I have to punish quick on reaction. With 2-4 I have 2 more frames of reaction. So in my case, when I see something unsafe, I'm gonna go with 10 frame 2-4. Next is mid belly power crush is -13. He has a power crush where he uses his whole stomach, you know, the whole thickness. And this is something you want to do where you want to punish with a 13 frame move. That's why I wrote that down separately, because this is the key tool, and it's -13. So we're gonna go through this move, and you will instantly know what I'm talking about when you see this move. And that's a move you should really punish with a 13 frame punisher. So I'm gonna do down for 1-4. So why don't I do move list? I have to go quick notes, man. A lot of jailing hits is the next quick note. Even if you think you can duck sometimes or jab interrupt or something, even if for example, a 4-hit string and the last 2 hits are mid and high, you cannot duck the high very often or interrupt because a lot of his hits and strings are jailing. Sidestep on string enders. He has a couple of 3-4 hit strings where the ender is safe, but it's sometimes slow and you have time to sidestep. And what you want to do is then you want to sidestep right on all of them. On every single string, we're gonna go through this as well. Every single string you can sidestep the ender. You want to sidestep right, except for one. There's one string which covers sidestep right. It is -15, but it has pushback. So you want to sidestep left and launch. But we're gonna get through this as well. But sidestepping on his string enders is essential to the character, because if you don't, he's safe. Raw rising strings, that's very interesting. I have never seen a character that has so many raw rising options. He has so many raw rising attacks. And he also has 2 strings from raw rising. So when he's crouching, he can actually go in with a string on you. And if he does the full string, he has 2 of them. No matter which one he does, these raw rising strings are all -13. The Rage Drive first hit connects late. We talked about that just now. That's very particular for me. On 2 to 3 pushback moves or strings with pushback, back forward 2-3 becomes a punish tool. So basically, if I have pushback, I can punish with this. But this is Jin specific only. And then the last one, be ready to duck into strings. It has not a lot. Like I said, the sidestepping is more reliable, but some strings, like I said, he's somewhat string heavy. And sidestepping or crouching and then launching into his strings, this helps you a damn lot against this character, a damn lot. And these were the quick notes, so just to keep that in mind, these quick notes are gonna get effective over the labbing as well. Now, before we're gonna start with move number, next one is 5, okay. Before we're gonna start with that, let me read because so I'm not really missing anything. Shit, okay. A cosmopolitan cocktail. Okay, you want fans? Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm doing this right now. Like if Bob would be common in any sense, I wouldn't do it. If he would be common as Paul, no one need to lap him. But that's no joke, man. Like he has more pages to me than Zafina, and Zafina more confusing bitch than he. So. And Bob and Tekken since Tekken 6, so yeah. You need to come to Germany for a beer again. Oh, damn it, Germany 2020, I'm just saying. You're not sure, maybe. Just come, just, I don't know, man. Okay, now we can continue. No, okay. Fine, already, okay. I'm sorry. The day, I don't even know that. That's an issue with me as well, Divine. I would like to know that in advance. I'm sorry, I'm just awake since an hour. But yeah, I would like to know the date as well because I have to take holidays from my work for that. Or rather, I do not have to, but I want. But okay, move number 5 next. 1+2 ender in the string. -12 as well, if I remember correctly. -13. Yeah, -13. You see, if he can mix up this string with the previous one, this is a mid-ender -13, the other one is a high-ender -12. I personally don't bother with both of these options. If I see the string ender, I gonna 2-form. Sure, I can go like, but this is additional work which you can cut down because, yeah. That's move number 5. Next one we have 6. -13. You can low parry and block the last hit even if the first 2 connect. Uncountered, I'm pretty sure it's a natural combo. No. So you can always block the last hit and go for block punishment, or on hit I don't even think you can parry that. No. So if you want to parry the ender, you have to crouch the low as well. But you can also low parry. If you're already crouching, you can do just this. The kick is -13 in the end. So even if you just stand there and block, you can get a 13 frame punish. Six. There was not really anything else to it, right? Pum. Yeah, low parry or keep guarding. I would actually say low parry is the most damaging option. If you not go too complicated with it and do things like that. But this is character specific again. So, move number, what is next? 8. That is very similar to Jin's double low. Basically the exact same thing. It's minus 11, yeah. So you want to one standing for that. It's not minus 13. You cannot launch it. Just one standing 4 or low parry. I'm not sure if it's a natural combo on counter. I assume that now, because this is something which is also very specific, because I just want to focus on punishment. So, bitch, let me do my shit. It's a natural combo on counter. So in case you press something and he interrupts you with this string, don't be shocked that you cannot duck the low. Natural combo on counter. Next move, 9. After we went through the entire move set, can you show us some frame traps? He got some frame traps. Visually I could try, but I'm not sure that's something I did not really focus on, because I wanted to get to know this character and know how to counter and punish it. The moves separately from each other. Frame traps, ooh, I did not really research them. But he has a couple of things which we also go through in the move list, which are plus on block, safe, etc. Looks punishable or not. Maybe these are the type of tools he will then use for his setup. But like I said, sidestepping, these type of safe things or enders also, like I said, really helps you a lot in the matchup. Okay, bang time. Move number 9 was next. Okay. What was that again? Let me see that again. I say minus 10. It's safe, fuck me. So that's the first string where you want to sidestep. See, that's something as soon as I see a string, I want to go for block punishment, but yeah. This is the first string, move number 9, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, where you want to sidestep right. This is a perfect example. You can do this, but even there the trade reward is in Bob's favor. You can do this, but this is character specific and not even a safe punish, I think. No. You can do an electric afterwards, but... Bitch. Yeah, 14 frame is possible. But like I said, this is character specific. So this is the first example here to sidestep his strings to the right. Like I said, he only has one string which you're meant to sidestep left. The rest all to the right. I'm gonna do this again. And before I hit the wall, I will sidestep. That's the actual punish. So that's what you want to do on a lot of his strings, because the ender is naturally safe, so you want to sidestep that. And this helps you a lot against this character. And a lot of times there's no risk involved, because the move is so slow and it does not even track to the right. So you can sidestep without any worries, because this is the option you're meant to use to avoid his bullshit. Not almost whenever it's possible. Not really, Eddie, but in this specific matchup, I mentioned this in the quick note section, that a lot of his stuff is minus 10 and 12, sometimes 13 and rarely 14, and then launch punishable a couple of moves. So in my specific case, if I punish a move which is minus 12 with 1+2, which is Jin's 12 frame punisher, this is what I get, 30 damage. But I have to be on point with the 12 frame, I have to do it immediately after. With 2-4, I get 1 point less damage, and I have 2 frames more reaction time. And if you're familiar, but this is something, like I said, this is again character specific. If you have gained the control about this situation right here after Jin's 2-4 punish, if you have good control over this situation right here, this is even a better punish that you want to go for instead of just pushing him away like that. Because even if you're close to the wall, sure, that offers a bit more travel to get the wall split, but 2-4 does the trick as well. Okay, I'm gonna do that one more with the sidestep. Did not even look though, but okay. Yeah, I just heard the yeah. There, you see how less distance you need. If I do a sidestep electric, I can even combo him into my direction, not back to it. You don't need much of a sidestep. There, you don't need much of a sidestep. Yeah, for a lot of characters as well, I think why do I even? I know Lewis, man. Come on, man. But even in, I don't even know in a lot of situations, or in a lot of characters, the 10 frame punish is almost just as strong as a 12 frame punisher, or close to it. So there's not always a big difference. The only character I can really think of knowing 12 and 14 frame punish is Law. His 12 frame punishment is so strong, man. His 3-4 is like what? 3-4 damage, knockdown, wall splat, home. Come on, man. If you play Law, you should really know the 12 frame punisher. Because on 10 he gets 1-1-2, on 11 he can magic forward, that's kind of useless, you want to do it 1-1-2 then. And then on 12 already 34 damage. Jin gets 34 damage almost from, he gets 38 from his forward, 1+2. So you see how drastic the difference is. I mean, sure, you can also get an electric from launch, but you need to practice that. Yeah, you definitely, if you want to know how to counter bomb milk, you should practice this, or have this deeply in your mind, because, yeah, he has a lot of strings, and like I said, this concept is in this character that you're meant to sidestep these strings, because if you don't, they are safe. And then the character becomes stronger. And it's, to me personally, also when I was ladding this and discovered this was pretty, yeah, to avoid this character you have to sidestep out of his strings or duck a few strings, you know. He has pushback to a lot of things. You see really where this weight comes in handy. But yeah, this really helps in the matchup if you know to sidestep these strings. And 100%. Yeah, Bob is rare. Just like Akuma. I personally, like, in my whole Tekken career, I played Tekken since Tekken 7 release. And I just faced, as much as I remember, 2 Akumas on ranks. I think the last one was on red ranks. I'm not sure. I left him 2 months ago or 3 months ago. For nothing. I just don't face the character. Okay, that was move number 9. Number 10. Ducking the high is useless, but I think it's unsafe. Minus 30. Okay, what's ending 4 then? Nothing, okay. Another string, same concept. Pum. Wait a second. Okay, you cannot step. Let me see what I wrote down to this. Number 10. High mid forces. Ah, this bullshit. Okay, it is unsafe. I was tripping. Okay, I made this 2 character specific. It is unsafe. It forces crouch. It's minus 10. It forces crouch, so you want to low jab. There. It forces crouch, you want to low jab to punish. It's minus 10. It's not really an optimal punish, you just get like, there, 8 points of damage. Not even. You get 5 points of damage. That's bullshit. In my specific case, I just wrote down parry the ender. Let me do this again, I want to burn that a bit down. I mean, this is always my second option, if I don't know the block punishment for strings, to just parry the ender. So I don't think I have to practice it this much, but... This combo is so tricky to connect, man. Nope. Okay. Next up, move 11. Same thing, sidestep right. I think it's minus 13 as well out of crouch, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, not. Yeah, then it's safe and he's meant to sidestep. So, like I said on this character, you don't really want to go that often for block punishment on strings. That's, like I said, what you want to do. Sidestep his string enders. That happens on sidestep left. So you want to sidestep right. Um, 12. That shit is minus 18. You cannot step. You cannot interrupt, it jails. Like I said, a lot of jailing hits. You cannot parry the last hit. Only if you parry the first. This is minus 18. I can even punish with down back 4. This is one of these cases where back forward 2-3 becomes a punish, but only up close. From here, hold on, there, it will whiff. I can forward 4, I can back to 1, I can electric. If I could. There we go. I can even crouch dash 1 electric now. But I think that has to be frame perfect. I think I can even 14 frame punish that because of the range. Yeah. But here the same issue, like from the range, just like back forward 2-3. There, sometimes it will whiff. It is minus 18, I think. It's hugely unsafe. If you have a long range punish, use that as well. Forward 4 is 16 frames, just to give you an idea. And I think down back 4 is 18 frames, so... And even that counts as a clean punish. There, even that works. And what does he get on hit? Knockdown. Or on counter. Oh, oops, not like that. On counter hit, that thing is guaranteed. 12, 13. Pum pum. This should launch punishable. He also has this kick ender right there. He also has the kick ender in back 3, I think. This kick itself is launch punishable as well. It jails. Don't even bother to try to carry anything there or jab interrupt. Don't even step because it comes out so fast. Do block punishment 15 frames. Pum pum. You cannot interrupt. Countered launch on the last hit. Save due to pushback, I believe. So you can parry the second hit, but it connects late. And I think you can step both directions. You can step both directions. But you should get used to sidestep right, because that's what you want to do most of the time. But in case you have, this is a pretty rare situation, but in case you have a wall to your right and he does that, you can still step left. But this is linear. Safe on block, I think, just due to the pushback. You can parry the last hit, it connects insanely late. Again, sidestep. $16. You remember the quick note I was talking about? His mid belly power crunch. Power crunch, yeah, power crunch. Is that some sort of cereals? I don't know. Power crush. Minus 13. This is a key move. So you should really maximize your punishment at that situation and do a 13 frame punish. Because 14 frame won't connect. Forward 1 plus 2 Giga Jacker is the move called. 18. I'm just gonna show you move number 17 because the move itself is just, I call it the rolling, how did I call that? Hold on. rolling stance. Yeah, the rolling stance. I called it the rolling stance because all these transitions we're about to see now come out of this stance, where he's just rolling. So the first one is a mid counter launcher, I think, or natural launcher. No, is it counter? I'm not sure. Rolling stance 1 is that. Counter launcher, yeah, I was right. That shit's safe. That shit's safe. Interrupt the stance. The stance has like, I think, 50-50s in it, so block. It's safe, man. If he goes for it, you could counter it launch. But it has high crush in it. So this move's safe. Next 19. That shit, mid-homing, safe. Out of the same stance. On hit. Throw back. Whoop. Move, bitch. On counter it. Launch. 20. High kick out of the stance. I would say duck, but it's a huge commitment. But just so you know, he has a high. Naturally, I don't have to explain the punishment option because you can while standing that. There is a high out of his stance as well. 22. Perfect press. This shit is launch punishable. Don't get fooled by the animation. You can hop kick out of that. On hits, knockdown. On counter, I think it's just the same. There. Go for block punishment in this case. It's launch punishable. Move number 23. Don't bother to do anything here. It jails, it's safe. It is safe. On hit he gets huge plus frames. On counter this thing is, I think, simply guaranteed. I'm not sure. I think the last hit's, wait, I think the last hit is a counter launcher. Let me press into that. No, it's not, okay. So natural combo. From his down forward 1. From his down forward 1, so it's 13 frames fast. Maybe it's supposed to be a punisher, I think. Because you get plus frames on hit as well. So I think that's his 13 frame punish. Move 24. It's not even on the list. Why? Because it's probably so obvious that it's not punishable. No, because it's stupidly safe. That's why I didn't wrote it down. You can react to this situational. So 25 next move. That's his down forward 2. His down forward 2 is safe. His down forward 2 is safe. But it seems like only a counter launcher. That's new to me. Okay. So down for 2 safe, but just counter launcher. Just like Jin's. Just like Jin's. 26. So we can see is another string incoming, so probably sidestep, right? Nope. Block punishment. -10 to be exact. minus 10 or 11. I don't have any punishers for 11 frames, not even a move for 11 frames. So, yeah, it is unsafe. It jails, so you can do duck the high, but you can. This is some sort of risky shit, you know. Counter knockdown, on hit, huge plus frames. And on block, minus 10. 27. Duck the high. Wall splat tool. Duck the high. Shaheen has a move that looks similar to that one. Next up is 28. Another string incoming. That's what you want to do. If the low connects, you can't duck the high no more. So you want to keep ducking once the low connected. Because if you go for the launch, I think the high will clip you. Or not, you can actually mash this out. You feel that the wall standing action comes out kind of sluggish, but yeah. You can low parry, sure. And for block punishment you don't want to do this, I think. Because you automatically crush the high. So you go for wall standing launches. 29, we're almost through the first page, man. 1.5 left. Just did move that move. 29. Step it. To the right, not left. Because this will happen. Save on block, you meant to step it. Same concept gets applied in this situation. Don't try to bother to jab interrupt or something. The reward is not so big, instead of you just take the safe side step. $29, which next? 31. Did you remember how I mentioned that all of the strings are meant to sidestep right, where you can sidestep? This is the only string where you're meant to sidestep left. Second hit, not even the second hit is a high, I was mistaken about that yesterday. All mids. I can parry the last hit. On the wall, you can launch. The pushback makes it safe. You can do long range. You can still do block punishment with 13 or even 14 frames in my case. So hop kick will whiff. Can-cans will whiff. Sides the right, as I mentioned, won't work. That's the only string you're meant to sidestep left. It's minus 15, the pushback makes it safe. Sidestep right won't work. So near wall you can go for block punishment, but get used to sidestep this string to the left, because then you can always get a launch from it, not just close to the wall and block. Okay, 32. Sidestep to the right. You can actually walk because there's so much fucking time. Both directions. Why? Because this shit is safe and a counter launcher. That's why. Move number 33. That shit minus 12. Oh, 13. Doesn't even matter, man. But if your character has a better 13 frame punish, you can do that. This is one of his new moves, which are meant to give him bigger wall carry. Minus 13. Next move is 34. Duck the high, obvious. I think on counter the ass you can see natural combo. So once you get that low in, you can't block the high no more, or duck the high. On counter it. Duck and launch. 35. You are meant... This is some fancy shit right here, because this shit, minus 10, it has pushback. You can also 12 frame punish, but that's all. It's minus 12 on block, but it has pushback. I can still punish it in some cases. But this string, because the last hit is so slow, on hit of course you cannot, the first hit is a low. Once he gets the low in, you have to block the high, you can't step the mid, so you commit the block punishment. You can, because the second hit is high, and the third hit comes out so late. Launch him in between, even when the low hits. That is your biggest reward. If you can't do that, 12 frame punish on block. $36. Duck the high and launch with one standing moves, or hop kick because it's minus 15. It's up to your choice what you do. Last hit is high, you can block punish with 15 frames and launch, or you while standing, as soon as you see the 3 hits, duck the high and launch. 37. Minus 15, I say minus 15, so use long range punishment. I was right. Minus 18. Minus 18. In this case, use long range punish. $38 is not even on the list. Why? Because it's safe. And a counter launch probably. No, okay. Not even worth mentioning, that shit's safe. Next is 39, and with this we complete the first page. Why did I even record that? It's a generic low poke if you block while standing 4. Low parry. That's it. Okay, that was the first page. 1.5 left. Next move is 40. It is minus 12 on block, I think. Yeah, minus 12 on block. So despite the fact he hits you with everything, Minus 12 block punishments, and I think that's actually it. I think it tracks both sides. Yeah. Sidestep only works. It doesn't work at all. Even if you try to step on hit or step, it doesn't work. It tracks both sides. You don't have enough time to complete a step. You cannot even sidewalk. It tracks. It will get you. Go for block punishment, 12 frames. 41. Low parry. Don't launch. While standing 4 you can. That's all you get. Low parry. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. 42. That's a launcher on normal hit. Minus 13, I believe. Minus 13. Counter it, no difference. It's a regular launcher. Minus 13. .43. Natural combo has hell sweep properties. If you can block the first low, the second is natural. It gives him a lot of advantage. You have to block the low. And I don't have to explain, I think, because it has hell sweep properties. If you block launch, of course. 44 is the next move. Natural combo and counter it. No countered launcher. It's safe. So it's probably good aggressive poking tool. Back 1-2. It's safe. On hits you could see this. Very plus. On block safe. He's probably minus on block, sure. But yeah. It's safe. Once he connects that, don't press. That's one of his most famous strings. Mid-high, mid-high. Safe on block. You have 2 chances to duck. That's the kick we mentioned out of the string, which was launch punishable, his back 3 whooping kick, 46. You will remember this by the animation. Launch punishable. .47, the next move. Minus 10. I was too late. It's what? Not minus what? I was wrong. No. You can still side zap right. On hits, plus frames. It's the second hit? No, he just gains plus frames from that. .48, next move. Duck the high. 49. You can't duck the high. On block, it's launch punishable? Yes. Once the first hit connects, you can still block, but on counter, I think you eat the full thing. You eat the full thing on counter it. It's very powerful. Now I'm interested in his back 1+2 alone, because it comes out from this string. Is his back 1+2 safe? It's obviously very plus on hit. It is safe. No counter properties, but yeah, it's safe. So this will definitely come into play. This string right here. If he gets the sure on block, even if the first hit gets you, you can still block and launch, but because the first hit is safe, they can actually test you, and if they know you press, you eat the full thing. How much damage is that? Bitch, what the fuck, I hit more. 50 points of damage. Natural combo on counter. Which wall splats? This will come into play. Okay, that was move number 49, which is next. 51, who would have thought? Why? Okay, this is because I did not record that, because it's just rolling backwards. Why do you want to record that? Okay, 51. Long range punishment. Use long range punishment. Actually, I'll write that down in the quick notes. Use long range punish on obvious moves. That makes enough sense to me. Okay, that was move number 51. Next is 53. That's his wall bounce. It's safe in midair. You can try to, but I don't recommend it. It's safe, we don't have to talk about that. It is safe. And probably, maybe it is even minus, but yeah, as you can see, I don't get anything in. 54. Minus 13 on block. Nah, which move was it, man? It's fuck. Okay, then I just think while setting 4. Not even that. Okay, it's safe. Fuck me. There's a move I'm searching for, which is minus 13, which forces crouch. I think he gets a countered combo. I'm not sure if he can, I think he can combo from that. I'm not 100% sure. But it's safe and it low crushes, so it will come into play sometimes. 55! Yeah, next. Minus 13. Minus 13. 14 frame punish won't work. 13 frames. That was delayed. Minus 13. On hits, pushback, I think. Launcher, sure, why not? Okay. Counter, it's nothing else, I would say, yeah. It's a launcher, long range, low crushing, minus 13. 56. Safe on block. I'm pretty sure. I think on counter it will knock you down. Natural combo. I think the second hit. Yeah. It's a natural combo on counter it, it's safe, and if you press into the second, you get knocked down. 57, next move. We almost do the second page. Duck the high. From this head ball charging forward shit. I don't know. He also has mix-ups too. Here you're meant to duck the high. Natural combo on it. Maybe interesting to take note of. '58. Launch punishable. Out of this jumping forward shit bullshit, his belly attack becomes launch punishable. Remember the power crush from this belly being minus 13? Don't make the mistake here and do a 13 frame punish. It will wall splat, yes, but it's minus 50. Next up is 59. We all seen this as well. Also a very famous bob string. Once the shit connects, duck the high. Safe due to this. It has 3 highs in it, no mids. A low triple high. No mids. I don't think he gets this shit guaranteed on counter it, but we're gonna figure out. Not the last hit. Bitch, stop your shit. Oh fuck. You can still duck. So it's very vulnerable. On hits, if he gets it, he gets this. He gets this. Duck the high. There are no mids. And the rolling kebab. Perfect move for this character. Okay. 442, we don't have to record this. 442 safe. 443 safe. Is it a launcher though, I think? No. Counter launcher. Yes. Okay. 62. That's a mid-air, mid-homing, low-crushing tool, which is safe. On hits, he just kicks you away. Natural combo because the 2 hits are so close to each other. That's all we have to talk about. 63 is the next one. Forward, 1 plus 3 plus 4. Was that the move? Minus 13? No. Safe. Hey. Yeah. Knockdown on hits. Natural combo. Knockdown safe. Mid. 64, next move. That's a countered launcher, I'm pretty sure. Or not. Okay. Counter it, he knocks you away. On hits, he gets plus frames. On hits, plus frames. It high crushes to some extent. Good approach too. 65. Back 4. Safe. Safe mids, which is a launcher. Back 4. Back 4. Launcher. Safe. 70. We're almost to the second page. Now we go into his wave dash moves. For those that didn't know, Bob has wave dash. And these are his moves out of them. First 69, I did not record that. Why did I record that? Because it's safe? It's safe. Regular high, nothing to it, man. Nothing to it. Situational, you can react situational to it. The next move I wrote down was 70. We all have seen this. This covers the full stage. It always feels like it if you get hit by it. Tracks both sides, on block, you can launch. Pretty easy to memorize due to the heavy attack animation. Just making it fair that it is launch punishable. 71 is the next move. Duck the high, nothing else to it. Plus on block. Forces crouch. Maybe not even plus, but it forces crouch. It forces crouch. Duck the high. 72. You can sidestep. You can I would not recommend interrupt, because you can't. Yeah, you're meant to sidestep. As I always said, I recommend sidestep right on his big ass, because look at the situation you create here. That's a bit too much of a side switch. Sometimes it switches sides, sometimes, you see? Don't step left unless it's the one string. Always step right. For example, if you want to, just like you, want to travel him into the direction of the wall, you don't want to sidestep left, you want to sidestep right to keep him into your direction. Mid. Save, we don't have to talk about that, you're meant to step and launch it. Scratch that. Minus 12. Okay. Not minus 12? You're tripping. Okay, minus 10. 10 or 11. If you don't get the step in. It's a launcher. So you want to step and launch. 73, I didn't wrote 73 down. Is it so obvious? It's probably his hell sweep, yeah. Yeah, it's his hell sweep. 74, and with this we complete page 2. Minus 14, I say. Was I too late? No. Minus 13? Bro. Yeah. Minus 10 or 11. Wall bounce. Oh, we're running 3, we don't have to talk about that. Yeah. Crouch dash 1+2. Wall bounce, minus 10. Okay, last half page. We're almost there, man. So, next move is move 76. That's his manually first hit out of his rage drive. That's the first rage drive hit. I don't know how effective it is to try to step it. Maybe not so effective. Okay, maybe. I don't know. It's safe on block though. It's safe on block. But this is interesting to know that he has the same hit out of his rage drive manually, out of running 3+4. Next move is 77, and now we're getting into his while rising attacks. As you can see, while rising, while crouching during sidestep. He has a lot, as I mentioned at the very beginning, a lot of while rising attacks, and all of them are different. He has one while rising attack which is safe, one you can duck, one that's minus 13, and they all have different properties. Yeah, that's Bob, man. 77, while rising 1-2. Mid-high. In this case, natural combo. You want to duck. While rising 1-3. Mid, mid. Minus 13. Minus 13. Next up is 79. We all know this launcher. We have seen it a couple times. You can launch this one. He launches you forward, you can launch him back. Does not jail. You can launch. $79 was that. So now we got 80 and we got 3 more moves to go. While rising mid, double mid, and that's the safe option. Scratch that. That was the fucking move I was searching since the start of the session. It's minus 13, but it forces crouch. It forces crouch. It's minus 13. You cannot launch. Jin's while standing 2 is 14 frames. You cannot launch. While standing 1-2 is 13. You cannot launch. It's minus 13, but it forces crouch. And with this move number 82, we move into the last 3 moves. I did not record it. Why? 81. Why didn't I record that? Because it's probably safe as shit. Yeah, it's safe as shit. It's safe as shit. So 82, 83, and 84 are the last moves. 83 and 84, as I mentioned on the quick notes, these are his while rising strings. No matter which one he does, one has a mid to it, one has a low to it, not as ender in the middle of it. Both of them are on block minus 13. And he has a while rising 1+2, which we're gonna take a look at now. It is probably punishable, it looks like. I say minus 12. Yeah, minus 10. That bullshit's safe. That's his while rising attack, which is safe. What does he get from that? Can he combo from that? On counter it, yes he can. So his while rising 1+2 is safe and the counter launcher. And then we have the last 2 strings. 85, I did not record 85 during sidestep. It's safe. Knockdown. On counter it. Knockdown. So his sidestep move is safe. He can grab you from the ground as well. Just so you know. And yeah. His while rising strings. Minus 13. Minus 13. Triple mid, and the other one has a low in the middle. Minus 13. If you press into the low just like I did, the mid becomes guaranteed. And that was it. That's his unblockable. We can show that real quick. It's high. He has 2 of them though. And then we have 10 combos, throws, and we don't have to talk about that because, yeah, like I said, he has crouch, he has command throws, he has them, yes, but all of them are 1+2, even from crouch. And yeah, that was the labbing with bar. These were all the moves I've written down. Some of them I guessed heavily wrong, some of them I still remembered. So we did kind of work. I showed you what this character is about. Like I said, I can repeat these quick notes real quick. Because like I said, they explain the character and how to counter him pretty quickly. Command throws. We were just talking about that. All of them are 1+2, even from crouch. Keep your 10 frame punish ready. This is specifically to me. Or maybe if you have a strong 10 frame punish and you don't want to switch in between 12 frame and 10 frame, stick with your 10 frame punish. Mid belly power crush. Punish with 13 frame punisher. We talked about that. The other belly punch he has out of his string is launch punishable. Don't get mixed up by that. A lot of jailing hits. Sidestep on string enders. Sidestep right almost every time. Sidestep left only on one. We have a string with the double kicks, which is highly linear. You can sidestep left or right, but because the other strings are all vulnerable to right, keep stepping right. Just this one string he has, sidestep left. While rising strings, as we just showed, are all minus 13 on block. Rage Drive's first hit connects late. If you're up close, it connects late because it covers so much range. Why Jin is grabbing this motherfucker? Because my controller's on my thighs and he pressing the shit. On 2 to 3 pushback moves or strings, back forward to 3 becomes a punish tool. We talked about that, that's very character specific. Be ready to duck into strings. We saw that he has a 3-hit string, low, high, mid, where the mid is minus 12, but you can still duck and while standing 2 launch him. So these are the type of things you can keep ready. And of course a couple of things he has where he does the punching barrage mid, high, where it doesn't even matter if you duck and launch or block and launch. You can decide for yourself. Sometimes it's helpful against the character to duck into strings, like I mentioned on the first example. And use long-range punishers on obvious moves. We had them, we had a couple of them. These flip kicks, for example, where he flips back and save on block. Not save on block, I'm talking shit. Where he does the flip back and he is pretty much saved by long-range punishers like Jin's forward 4 or back to 1 will still reach. These were the quick notes as well. And this was actually all I could tell you guys about Bob. That was everything. That was the whole Bob letting I did. And yeah. Merry Christmas. I don't know, man. That was it. That was it. So these quick notes are, like I said, even if you're not familiar with the matchup, I think, these quick notes alone gives you a bit of familiarity. And I think the goal is, at least for me, if you lab a character you don't know at all, it's not the goal to know this character 100%. Because you just want to get familiar with the character. If you already achieve matchup knowledge in practice mode with like 50 to 60%, you did a good job. This is quite enough, you know, because not even yourself as a player use every single tool. So naturally, sure, you can lap every single tool. For example, you play Heihachi yourself, or you want to lap against Heihachi. You don't need to lap every single tool because the player maybe just used 20 of them. So you want to acquire a certain percentage of matchup knowledge so that you feel at least comfortable in the matchup you didn't felt comfortable in before. And that's the same thing I did with Zafina. And it's not about breaking the character down to 100%, like, bro, don't attempt this. Just try to find the main tools, the core tools, down forward tools, power crosses, wall bounces, hell sweep, mix-ups, all these things. Find the fundamental things and then figure out what the character is about, and on the tools you will see how you can counter him. It's not about breaking this character down to 100% and say after 3 days, oh yeah, I got this man down. No, it's about getting familiar with the matchup and getting to know his key tools and where are the weaknesses at on these key tools and etc. so that you fight against this character you felt horribly ugly against before. Now you feel comfortable against them. That is the whole goal of this. And I keep going this routine I just showed you right now. That was the first time I was going through this routine because the structure we just went through was the thing I built it up the last 2 days. And this is how I lab the characters. And then this routine you guys just saw, I go through this by hiding with another paper on top because I have the Optimum Punish written down right next to it. I hide that with another paper on top and then I try to remember the Optimum Punish. And like I said, that was the first time for me going through this routine. Sometimes, yeah. It worked good. I remembered a couple of things. I noticed that, but a couple of things I was too dedicated on this fucking crouching minus 13 out of crouch move. I was tripping over that. But aside from that, I did okay. I have to probably repeat this 2 or 3 more times, and yeah, then I can fight. Yeah, I can fight a Bob in ranked, and I feel comfortable. And yeah, like I said, that was all you guys are gonna get today. And yeah, I gotta bounce now. And tomorrow we're gonna do a subscriber session. And yeah, that's it, man. I can't say anything else, man. You know, people can watch that back and getting to know Bob if they want to get to know Bob. I tried to keep it as fast as I could. I know labbing is boring. I can imagine, even on a character most people are not familiar with, but it is helpful. It is helpful. And yeah, Tekken Master just joined for the very end because this lazy bitch was still sleeping. I know you, man. You basically just ran into my outro, Tekken Master. What I recommend to you, Tekken Master, this was a stream of like maybe not even 2 hours, I think 1.5. If you want to get to know Bob, watch it back, because I have to go. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a subscriber session, as I said it now for the 6 millionth time. Yeah, I knew Tekken Master, you want lazy. But yeah, I had to start this early because yeah, I have to bounce now. And tomorrow, like I said, we're gonna do a subscriber session. I still keep repeating myself. And yeah, for those that want to get to know Bob, you can watch this back later on. And because I just focused really on the labbing itself, I just had a 4-minute break because I wanted to wait for the people that get late notifications. But this session was all dedicated to Bob and getting to know him, and people can watch that back, and if they want to get to know Bob, of course. And yeah, that was it. I've got to bounce. We're gonna see us tomorrow again. And yeah, make sure you guys are gonna stay healthy so we can see us tomorrow again.